Let's take a look at converting from rectangular to polar. So we've gone from polar to rectangular. Let's go rectangular to polar. Now, with that said, let's go ahead and get a picture. All right, let's take a look at this first ordered pair that's given, -3, 3. So let's go ahead and draw in our x and our y-axis so we can see a quick picture of what this point looks like. So left 3, up 3. Here in quad 2, right, is our rectangular coordinates. There's x and y. With that said, we want to look at the polar coordinates. Now, polar coordinates, let's put in a different color. We're assigning location by rotation. So here's the pole, right? Here's the positive side of the x-axis, the polar axis. So here's a rotation of theta. And the radius, of course, is the distance from the pole to that point, and there's r. So that's what we're trying to find, r and theta. So to do that, let's go ahead and talk about what we do know. So we know the horizontal and vertical distance. So again, we've gone left 3 units, and we've gone up 3 units, right? -3, 3. So with that, there's our horizontal and vertical distance. Now, as we want to find the radius, we could easily do that using the Pythagorean theorem, right? We know that Pythagorean theorem states this. We know the square of the hypotenuse always equals the sum of squares of 2 legs. So r squared is equal to -3 squared plus 3 squared. And as we take the square root of both sides, we get the radius. So what do we end up with for the radius? The radius is equal to the square root of 9 plus 9, right? Which is the square root of 18. Now, the square root of 18, we can rationalize that. So let's go ahead and do that as a perfect square factor of 9. And we know the square root of 9 is 3. So we end up with 3 square roots of 2 for the radial coordinate. So there's our distance traveled. So radius right here is 3 square roots of 2. The distance to that point, -3, 3, there in quad 2. Now, how about theta? How are we going to find theta? Now, theta, we can use definition from right triangles. Let's use the definition of tangent. So we all know that the tangent of theta equals what? Y coordinate over x coordinate, opposite over adjacent, y over x. So that implies the tangent of theta is equal to 3 divided by -3. That's the y coordinate over the x coordinate. So tan of theta holds a value of -1. Now, what's theta? Now, we should know that theta is equal to tan inverse of -1, right? So we could use our inverse feature, right, on our calculator and get the tan inverse function value, which will lead us to our angle for this point. But we all know tangent holds a value of 1 at our 45-degree mark. So I know exactly what theta needs to be. So theta, to get a tangent value of -1, now keep in mind we're in quad 2. What's the 45-degree mark in quad 2? 135 degrees, right? What's the tangent of 135 degrees? If you're on the unit circle, right, the ordered pair at 135 degrees is square root of 2 over 2, right, which is negative in quad 3, and the y coordinate square root of 2 over 2. You would get square root of 2 over 2, right, divided by negative square root of 2 over 2, which is -1. Right, that's using the unit circle, right, that we've looked at a lot to help us if we need to remember those. But yeah, y over x. So with that said, yeah, theta, we know exactly what theta is. Theta is going to have to be 135 degrees for this quad 2 point. Now, if you use the calculator and the inverse feature, right, it's going to give you -45 degrees because that's in the range of the inverse function. But again, you know -45 degrees will be in quad 4. That's not where we are. So you have to find a corresponding location, which we're in quad 2. So again, we didn't need a calculator, but if you did use your calculator, be careful with that. Make sure you're looking at where your point is. That's why you want to always draw it. So we've got theta. So theta is 135 degrees. Now again, there's infinite angles we could give, right, to locate that point, right, in quad 2. I mean, we could have looked at, right, a rotation of negative, what? You know, we go clockwise. So if we went clockwise, -225 degrees, exact location, which is 135 minus 360. So again, we can always go with coterminal angles. We could add or subtract any multiple 360. But it does state in the directions, smallest possible positive angle. So be careful with your directions. Make sure you're given an angle that, again, applies to the directions. So yeah, there are polar coordinates. So r and theta. So 3 square roots of 2 and 135 degrees, r and theta. So we've got our polar coordinates now, given the rectangular coordinates. Now you can see we've established definitions. Now you've got your formulas over here on the side, which we've proven just now with the Pythagorean theorem. Radius will always equal squared x squared plus y squared. Of course, tan theta is y over x, so we can use that to get theta. Theta is going to always equal what? Tan inverse of y over x. So again, you do have some formulas you can use, right, to calculate. So with that said, let's go to our next example. Let's do one more. Let's go ahead and look at 2 square roots of 3 over negative 2. So example B. So let's go ahead and draw in rectangular coordinates, these points. So write 2 square roots of 3, down negative 2, down here in quad 4 as this ordered pair goes. There's again x and y. Now with polar coordinates, let's go ahead and assign location. So again, as we're looking at the rotation, remember we want the smallest possible positive rotation. So counterclockwise, theta. And again, a radius, distance from the pole to the origin. So there's r. We need those two pieces of information. We need r and we need theta. So to go back to our drawing, right, we went a horizontal distance of x units, went down y. So we went right 2 square roots of 3. We went down negative 2. That's everything we need, right? So we're calculating r. Of course, we know radius is going to equal the square root of x squared plus y squared, 2 square roots of 3 squared, plus negative 2 squared, which again comes from Pythagorean theorem. Now, as we square, let's be careful simplifying. We square 2 square roots of 3. 2 squared is 4, right? Square root of 3 squared is 3. So I get 4 times 3 plus negative 2 squared, which is 4. So I get the square root of 12 plus 4, which is square root of 16, or 4. So my radius is 4 units. So we found a radius. Radius is equal to 4. So there's the distance from the pole, right, to the point that we're looking at, 2 square roots 3 negative 2. All right, let's go to theta. So let's find the value of theta. Now theta, again, tan theta is equal to y over x. So tan theta is equal to what? Negative 2 divided by 2 square roots of 3. Now as we simplify that, that's tan theta equal to negative 1 over the square root of 3, and hopefully you recognize this is also one of our special angles. Right, I'm going to go ahead and rationalize the square root. We spent a lot of time with negative square root of 3 over 3. Right, we should know by now, right, this is the, let's go ahead and erase that, make that look a little bit better. This is the function value for tangent when we're looking at 30 degrees. Tangent of 30 holds the value of square root of 3 over 3. Now again, you can put it in your calculator, right? If you go to your calculator, theta equal tan inverse, right, of negative square root of 3 over 3, and it'll give you a function value. Now the function value it's going to give you is negative 30, right? Because it's going to give you, again, the function value in the range of the inverse function. Now negative 30, of course, we want the smallest possible positive angle. So what's the 30 degree mark going counterclockwise? 360 minus 30 is what? 330. So theta, right, we know theta is going to have to equal 330 degrees. So there's our theta function value. So theta, we've got our angle now in quad 4, the smallest possible positive angle to give us a tangent function value of negative square root of 3 over 3 would be 330 degree rotation. So again, that's one of our special angles. We don't need a calculator for it, but we've got our conversion. So this is again equal to, in polar coordinates, right, we've got a radial coordinate of 4, and we've got an angular coordinate of 330 degrees. right? Or if you want to put it in radians, 11 pi over 6, right? If we're putting it in radians. So again, either way, it might specify degrees or radians. But again, that's conversions.